We all work hard, try to make a lot of money throughout our lives. You have to earn, you have to save, and you have to invest. But the problem is, there is this guy who believes a lot in mutual funds. So he puts everything into mutual funds, all his earnings into mutual funds. Mutual funds or any investments are subject to market risks. If there are wars, if there is some global unrest, a lot of things affect how the market moves. So if some big war is happening, your whole money goes down. Same thing, what if you have diversified? Little bit in bonds, little bit in mutual funds, real estate, little bit in gold. Even if there's like global unrest, it's fog. Still you're left with your investments in gold, your real estate is there, your bonds are there. This is one of the major reasons you have to diversify your funds. It is important because it has been a roller coaster ride for Indian market, especially if you see the graphs here. Let's say invested 1 crore in Nifty 50 exactly 1 year ago. Today you know how much it is going to be? Your 1 crore would be somewhere around 97 lakhs. In fact, if we would have put that in safe FD, fixed deposit in a bank, that would have given us 6% at least, and post tax, let's say 4% you're getting in your hand, still you would have made 1 crore 4 lakhs in that year, just putting in an FD. Unfortunately, Indian markets were kind of flat or maybe sometimes lower as well. The money did not work for me this year. And that is the reason I specifically say investing is a long-term game. This 1 year it did not make any profits, but if you see the history of our Indian markets, there were years when it returned plus 20%, meaning 1 crore became 1 crore 20 lakhs. And when you average all this out in the last 5 to 6 years or maybe a decade, it's a decent around 13-14% of a healthy return. This will blow your mind. Investors made close to 20 lakhs in 1 year in the US market. Also, we are seeing AI boom and everything around AI, whether it's chips, whether it's hardware, software, everything has blown out of proportion. Just look at the biggest companies in the world. Let's take Nvidia for example. It's grown by in last 1 year plus 28%. Then take Tesla. They have grown by another 28%. Alphabet Inc., which is Google. If you would have put 1 crore last year, today it has become double. 1 crore 96 lakhs. But it's not that simple. Something which can go that much can also fall down. There is always risk. Actually, the opportunity was there. Like you have IND money, for example, you can use IND money to invest into US stocks. You and I use Google products, Meta products. Imagine if we could be a part of those companies, not just being users of them. The S&P 500 also returned 30% last year, while Nifty 50 comparison it remained around negative territory. Let's assume you're 35 today and 10 years back, 25, when you had 1 lakh rupees and you invested in this SAT. You see this data, 2.3 crores. Also, there is one more thing I've realized, the advantage of investing into global markets. This is often overlooked. Dollar appreciation. Did you ever think about it? For example, 2013 May, US dollar was around 60 rupees. Today it is 94 rupees. So your rupee which you sent there appreciated. So there itself you made a profit apart from the stock appreciation. 1 lakh investment into Nvidia is 2.3 crores, right? This is current value as of today. Dollar impact is 70 lakhs. Thanks to technology like IND money, who makes it very easy, you can directly invest into stocks of Google, Tesla, any US stocks. And one more best part about the US stocks is that there is something called fractional investing, which means you can just begin with 100 rupees also, and your investments also grow proportionally. So IND money is like a complete platform where you can invest into Indian stock, US stocks, gold, silver, copper ETFs, global ETFs as well. But one concern is all this safe? Because IND money is a GIFT City licensed broker. It's regulated by IFSCA, which means your investments remain under Indian regulation. But like any other investment, everything carries risk. See, this doesn't mean you stop investing into Indian stock market. I continue doing that. But also a portion of it, maybe 10%, 15%, you can also invest into US stocks as well. Remember that global investing also comes with risks. Sit with your wealth advisor. And many people think investing into US stocks involves a lot of tax complications. But IND money mein, it's all simple. They provide automated tax report and all the US tax documents that are needed to file your ITR within the app. Getting started is also very easy. Zero account opening charges, zero AMC. Simply click the link, enter your mobile number, PAN details, complete your KYC, and your account can be literally ready within minutes. There's a link in the description for IND money. Click on it and you can start your global investing today. I hope the camera stays here. Two very important things when I buy a car. I make sure there is place to put my camera on the dashboard like this. Second thing is, definitely we need an automatic car in this kind of traffic, especially the area I stay in right now. It's become so much of traffic. And also there's a lot of construction activity going on which might take the next 2 to 3 years of our lives. Of course, development and we have to go through it, but that's how it is. Okasari Kadapi, I want to talk something about the car as well. I mean, it is a good feeling to have a debt-free car. I think in my life I bought got most of my vehicles. My Bentley was debt free. I got the Tiger also debt free, the 1250 GS Adventure and the S1000 and the BMW X4. All these were under loan. But I've realized that this particular car, I don't care about it at all. It's not in a bad way, but what I'm trying to say is, when there's no debt on something, you don't have to wait for a month to, pay the EMI. Do only ESI, okay? That's very good. But EMI is also beneficial sometimes when you have that extra money and to leverage that money and take a loan, right? Maybe you can do a SWP, or maybe you can just keep it in the market while it grows and you still have income to pay your EMIs, then no problem. But definitely mentally, if you're someone like me who doesn't like an EMI, this car, I'll tell you, right? Never I thought about anything. A down payment I did complete. I think this was somewhere around 8 lakhs or something in the automatic CVT version. It's not a great car. It gets now don't get me wrong, just point A to point B car and happy. There's good CarPlay, there is good AC, that's all I need. Very small car, comfortable in the city. Anyways, right now I'm actually going to one of my friends. I had to meet him since yesterday, that didn't happen. Today we decided to meet. This area, I have to be careful while reversing, because if you see around there'll be so many pillars. And if you remember, I banged my BMW into one of the pillars. From that trauma, right? From that time, I'm very extremely careful while reversing the car. That's trauma on the head. And the same thing that happened to me with the accident, my Tiger car accident, if you remember. It's so scary that even now that trauma is there in my head. Every time I take out the bike and I'm riding on the highway, especially, I'm like, always something is pulling me behind. Like, you have that mental thing, right? That's a 15 kg dumbbell. Oh yeah. Since our childhood, we were told that debt is bad. He bought something on loan. Loan mida konnadu, EMI mida konnadu. Do not have an EMI in life. The older generation always said that, which is kind of true because they consider mental peace more. But if you want to expand, debt is not always bad. There are two types of debts, loans, that I have realized in my life after going through a lot of experiences, after meeting a lot of ultra rich friends, middle class, lower middle class, all kinds of friends I have, and learning from all of these people, I've understood that debt is not always bad. In fact, all the super rich people I have, they all have immense amount of debt on them. Like if I ask them, give me 10 lakhs tonight, they'll have to figure out. They will not have it in their account. But their net worth will be 500 plus crores. All the people who are hoarding money and keeping it safe, playing a safe game with 10 lakhs in their accounts, are the ones who are happy. They're sorted in their life, they have their money. But the thing is, they can't go beyond 10 crores, or don't quote me on these numbers, but you get the point, right? You can't bring solutions. If you're trying to play safe, you have to let go. It's not that I am going to be like that. I'm just telling you what I learned, okay? It's just a discussion. Now, the reason I put all this setup here is, I realized there are two things. One is bad debt and one is good debt. Now, assume that this is not a dumbbell, this is not a chair. These are just objects in space having a certain weight to them, okay? For example, the dumbbell is 15 kilos. This is approximately that much. You tell me which one is easier to pull using this wire. This doesn't have wheels. It has a lot of friction. It's smaller than the chair, but it's a bad debt. So hanging on to an EMI like this is very bad for you. It is difficult to drag it. On the other hand, a good debt is something like this particular object, which has wheels, very smooth for operation, and you can easily move it. So you can take a EMI like this one, which is going to be good for you, easy to move. Though it is same weight as this one, this kind of debt doesn't create ruckus in life. It is going to be a smooth ride, though both are of the same weight. Debt isn't bad. What you attach to it determines whether it pulls you up or pulls you down. Whether you're attaching an appreciating asset, then it becomes a good debt. If you're attaching a depreciating asset like an iPhone, a car or a bike, something that depreciates, to a debt, then it becomes bad. If you have taken a loan and paying an EMI towards your lifestyle, if you want a loan to travel, buy now pay later schemes, iPhone EMIs, these are the EMIs that are supporting your lifestyle. And if you observe something, these are all EMIs which have an interest rate of higher than 10 to 12%, and they are funding your what? They're funding a depreciating asset. The moment you buy an iPhone, the moment you buy a car, a bike,
a travel might still give you a little bit of experience in life, but not at the cost of an EMI. The car, the bike and all these things, they depreciate the day you buy them, and you're funding it using an EMI is called a bad debt, while a good debt is something which is going to fund an appreciating asset like a home loan or a business loan. You have a business, you can take a business loan because you want to expand it, you want to give better customer service, you want to give a better product, a better service, and then the returns are going to be big. So your business is also an appreciating thing. Take a loan for these things, no problem. Buying a plot, you're buying a land, you're buying a business, you're buying a home, even if it's an apartment, still taking a loan is good because it is not going to depreciate. Maybe it is not going to appreciate like a plot or a land. It will at least not depreciate, might stay flat, or even if it depreciates not like 50-60 lakhs, it will not depreciate slightly, and you'll have a place to live in. So home loan, business loan, all these things which are appreciating, they are not bad debt. And if your income allows you to do that, if you have that flow of money, only then you have to take any EMI actually. By the way, debt also helps you in this way. This is interesting actually. I think most of you do it also, I'm not sure. But let's say you have a property worth 1 crore. You want to buy it and you have 1 crore with you. Are you going to put that 1 crore on it? Never do that. Of course, these are all my experiences, might be wrong. You have to check with your wealth advisor. Babu, itla cheste correct na. I'm just sharing my knowledge of my limited knowledge. I'm not going to put my money into that directly. I will go to a bank, ask for a loan. How beautiful is it to take a 7 to 6 to 7% loan from a bank? Bank is going to pay for the property. My 1 crore is with me and I have the property. Of course, I have to pay the EMI every month, but why do I need to shell out my 1 crore? I can use it maybe for a business, or I can just keep it parked into a mutual fund account, and that can generate approximately long term at 12 to 13%. And that 1 lakh it generates, if in case I still want to do a SWP, that can be funding my EMI. And EMI for 1 crore would be somewhere around 60-70,000, and still I'll be left with 30,000 every month if I keep the 1 crore with me instead of buying it off. Previous generation used to tell us don't take a debt at all, just go buy it outright and be happy. That's also fine. Mental peace you'll get because I've experienced it with my cars. Though depreciating asset, bad debt, but still for a simple comparison, the BMW, obviously one shot I didn't want to spend so much money, so I kept that money parked in mutual funds, and that kept growing while I was paying my EMI as well. But then every month it was like, yeah, now the date is coming, there will be a bank deduction. Paying it outright, that mental tension would be gone. So you have to decide mental peace, how valuable is it to you? Because now I don't have debt on any of my cars. It feels very good. Every month I don't need to collect some money, make sure there is account mein itna money so that it goes for the EMI. That tension is not there. And also make sure you have like good income source. Every month you get some particular income that you can, pay the EMI for the property. This is what ultra rich, ultra smart people keep doing in my circle. They take a lot of debt, though they have the money, they'll not have it in their banks, but they'll have properties, inherited properties worth that much. So they'll leverage that and take a loan and buy a new plot, a new land. So they're like, Sriman, why do we have to put our money when the bank is giving crores of rupees for a small interest charge of 5%, 6%? And you know what? Bigger the amount, the interest rate is also going to be lesser. They can, negotiate with the bank. So just remember one thing: appreciating asset, it's a good debt. Depreciating asset, it's a bad debt. But both debts are important because sometimes, buying a car is also very important in your life. It's a very short life we live here. If you're like already 35, 40, which means in your scale of 80 years of lifespan, if you live till there, saga my pain. So it's another 10 years, maybe you'll have fun. That doesn't mean if your income doesn't allow it, don't go for debts. If it allows, go do whatever the hell you want to do, yaar. So then I hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog. In case you did, you guys know what to do. Hit the like button, do share, do comment, do subscribe. And firstly, if you like such videos, tell me. I'll keep doing more and more. Travel and all keeps happening. Next month we are starting to travel. New bikes are also going to come into the lives. So hang on.